it. I fucking had it. I've had it. I've had it. I fucking had it. I've had it with this drama-filled bullshit. I'm done. If you don't already know who Lumistarbun is, it's bullshit because I already know that you only clicked on this video because of her and because you've already watched 70 videos already because of this. So in this video, we are not going over the criticisms of Lumistarbun. Why? Because I agree with all of them. It's already been said. I am not going to be a vomiting record player reiterating and re-saying anything that everybody else has already said. I'm not doing it. Not the video to be doing this. What I am going to be doing is going over things in the Discord call that people keep referring to that, by the way, which is like an hour long and there's 2 of them. I also want to put a big fat disclaimer here because I feel like I'm going to have to say it a bunch in the video and say it right now. I'm not defending Lumistar. She's done her shit. I'm not adding more criticism because there's nothing to add. I agree with all of it. Whatever. However, these people in the fucking clown emoji lineup that is this goddamn Discord call is fucking deplorable. It is horrific. It is fucking unacceptable behavior. I don't care about their age. Don't give me the whole, well, she's 15, he's 16. They're not hearing it. Let's go.
So
the video has already started and I already see a problem. I'm not exactly why that there's a separate chat away from the first chat, and the only difference between these 2 chats is Lumi's not in this one and everybody's weirdly giggly kind of talking about recording her, especially this last person at the bottom that says boner. And it's also, once again, kind of contradicts the later point that somebody tries to make.
I want you to get better.
Saying, we're just your friends, we're trying to help you.
And I know it's hard for you to take it.
Oh, well, really? That is news to me.
I know it's being fucking nice.
Fucking whore. Sorry.
Oh, Matt, you can get the fuck out now.
Can I stop recording?
No, I'd rather
Yeah, you
stay
can.
for a bit, you know?
What a slut.
Oh, yikes. That's gonna be a little video.
Yeah.
It doesn't really fucking seem like you're her friends or you guys are trying to help her. Once again, in this whole video, I'm not defending Lumi at all. All I'm saying is that when everybody starts a giant, huge shit fire, there's more than one person involved. And I feel like the people in this Discord call need to be called out too, because to be completely honest, even though Lumi, yes, her behavior is not excusable at fucking all, but neither are these people's behavior. And just by comparison, her behavior is worse. That does not in any way negate your guys' behavior in this Discord call, because completely honest, I watched and listened to both of them and it was completely fucking disgusting. And I know you all are very young, but I'm sorry, you're old enough to know that recording somebody without them knowing, number one, can't really be used as evidence in this specific marker, and I'll tell you why later on, but also in some places it's illegal, so I'd be very careful about that. But also it's very malicious and fucked up to record someone without them knowing when the entire group that is interrogating that person knows that they're being recorded. What do I mean by this? Simply put, Lumi does not know she's being recorded, so she cannot pick and choose words that she says with the already preconceived notion that it will be public later on. However, everybody else in this chat, the ones that are berating her, do know it's going to be public, so they get to pick and choose their words with the preconceived notion that it will be public. That's unfair, and with that, this whole entire Discord call cannot be used as evidence because it's completely biased. Another issue here, I would like a little bit more context of exactly what they were talking about before this whole thing happened. I liked how they didn't really record anything before this happened, but they definitely started recording it right before this fucking chick Sweaty starts to pop her top, throwing a damn hasty fit like she's fucking 6 years old.
It's no offense. Don't.
Stop saying no offense before you say something you know is going to piss somebody off. It is not a phrase that you can just use to completely excuse your behavior.
Conan, I'm sick and tired of this. Holy fucking shit, woman. Just get over it. I don't care how long it takes you. Like,
it's been 43 minutes into the video and you're just now getting to the real reason why you're all quote unquote there. Alright.
Rude to some people. Alright? And if this offends you, go on. I don't fucking care.
Wow, what a great friend just trying to help out.
And I know it's hard for you to take it.
Oh,
I
well,
know.
really? That is news to me.
I know, it's so
Crazy.
Like, wow, you've been doing this for a week, but it's time to give it a rest. Put it to bed.
I find it very hard to believe that anybody in this call at all was looking out for Lumi's best interest or actually wanted to help her. And I only say this as a point because in the video it is talked about how, oh, we just want to help you, Lumi, we just want to help you. And maybe that specific person who was saying that did, but the general audience did not. They don't fucking care. They're fucking teenagers. They're stupid, dumb teenagers, and they just fucking want drama because they're bored. That's just how it's coming off. Because if you really wanted to help her, and I'm going to say this right now, and this is my opinion, you don't have to agree with my opinion. If you don't agree with my opinion, it's 100% fine, but it's my opinion that if you guys really honestly wanted this whole situation to stop and you wanted the Lumi to stop this behavior, this person, this sweaty person, just fucked your chances. This is not how you deal with this kind of situation with a friend. If she was really harassing and didn't really get the point that, hey, this guy doesn't really like her, which, by the way, to be completely honest, is pretty common for girls her age. To be completely honest, it's pretty obvious. It's pretty common for people to have a difficult time letting go of somebody and, like, deluding themselves and to think that this person still likes them when you're that age. Not saying that it's okay, but I'm saying it's not really that fucking shocking to me, completely honest. When I was her age, I knew, like, 10 other girls that were exactly like her, and I was definitely one of those girls who was like, but, like, he might still like me, or, like, she might still like me. No, they don't. They fucking don't. But guess what? Do you know how you deal with that? You don't deal with it like the way that you just did. No, this doesn't excuse anything that Lumi does. But this also does not in any way fucking excuse your behavior. Specifically looking at you, Sweaty, does not excuse your behavior. The way that you acted in this call is fucking deplorable. You knew better. You just want fucking drama. That's how it comes across. Because if you didn't want drama, if you didn't want this kind of stuff to happen, you would have not talked to her like this at all. Come on, don't be dumb. I know you're a teenager, but that does not in any way give you an excuse to behave like this. If you honestly wanted to deal with this as friends and you wanted her to get better and you wanted her to understand, number one, you talk to her in a very calming voice. You don't use attacking language like, look, I'm just gonna fucking say it. Don't do that. It just makes you sound like a fucking clout chaser. I'm sorry, it does. It makes you sound like, I want to be that one girl who just fucking tells everybody how it is. Oh my god, like, nobody really knows the drama like me. Like, I say how it is. Nobody likes that person. I'm gonna say it straight up. There's a difference, like, fucking, gotta tell Onision, there's a difference between being a dick, being a cunt, and being honest. And in this call, you're being a cunt. Sorry, gonna say, you're being a cunt. Let me tell you how you should have probably dealt with this. Smaller VC, not as many people, probably only a couple people. The sweaty chick, yeah, boot her ass out because she's not going to be making it any fucking better. Talk to her in a calm way because guess what? So, like, psychological lesson, like, 101. When you come at people yelling at them, they feel like they need to defend themselves because they feel like they're in a vulnerable position. So they're going to put their defenses up, and everything that you're going to say to them is going to go right over their fucking head. That's not how you fucking deal with somebody when it's a sensitive subject like this, and you know that they're going to get very defensive about it. Guess what you do? You don't fucking come at them guns a-blazing, because guess what? They're going to pull their guns out too, and they're going to fire right back. And now it's been a week later, and this whole fucking colossal situation is dumb. I'm sorry. This whole fucking situation is stupid. It's a bunch of fucking teenagers fucking going around, throwing around screenshots, being like, oh my god, look what she said. Oh my god, look what she said. Ah ha ha ha. Yeah, this person said something at this point. Stop trying to put shit out there for clout. This video, why is this video on here? Why is nobody wondering why the fuck this video is on here? If you're all really her friends, why were you recording her? Why does this need to be recorded? Honestly, it seemed like in the video, from what I got from contextual shit, Lumi seemed to be pretty tight with y'all. She seemed to be on a level of very trust and communication to a degree. So why, if there was an issue with this, you know, if you really actually wanted to solve it, then why the fuck are you being so goddamn awfully petty, recording it, antagonizing her, pushing her along, and then this person comes along with the whole fucking attitude of, oh my god, like, I'm not like other girls. Like, I just say it how it is. Fuck that. Fuck that stupid bullshit mindset. I'm so sick of seeing that mindset. Nobody likes that person. Nobody fucking likes that person. Do you know what kind of people like that person? Drama-filled 12-year-olds. It's not okay. And like I said earlier in the video, there's a clear fucking difference between being a dick, being an asshole, being a cunt, and being honest. It's about your delivery, which you did not do here. And like I said before, I'm not defending Lumi. I'm not defending any fucking buddy, all right? I'm not fucking on anybody's side. If anything, I'm against everybody. every single person in this fucking VC. It's deplorable the way that this whole entire VC works out on everybody's end. Lumi's end, Sweaty's end, Matt's end, and all these other fucking people. There was a simple way to deal with the situation. And I don't know if you guys are just really young and you didn't know, because I don't want to say that you all knew how to, because to be completely honest, when you're really young, you don't really think about this stuff. You think that you're helping, but you're actually not. Also in the video somewhere, somebody says that they've tried to help you, Lumi, they tried to help you, Lumi. You're not a medical professional, okay? You don't really probably know anything about this, and obviously by the way that this call goes, it seems like you don't really understand how to really approach people with a lot of very sensitive subject situations, or situations in which they're going to be acting defensive, you know? So I don't really think it's help. Even though somebody tries to go in to help you, that's not always the best thing when it's coming from you and the way that you're doing it. I'm just fucking saying. So you might be asking, how should this have been dealt with? To be completely honest, my own opinion, I don't really know Lumi, but hearing the VC for this long, I can kind of get a good viewpoint of the kind of person that she is, just based on my age and having a lot of friends who acted like her, and my years of having a lot of different people coming in and out of my life. I think the best way to have gone about this is to honestly, if she was having issues with Matt, it seemed like she was very, very having difficult time understanding that it was over, and she was clinging on to that. And I think the healthiest way would have been to, number one, like I said before, make the VC smaller. There should not be this many people. She's going to feel extremely open and vulnerable, and she's not going to want to accept things when it's this big and open at her age, especially with the volatile nature that seems to be her emotional state with things. It was going to fail from the beginning. Just number one, the amount of people in the VC, nick that. Take that sweaty girl out. The aggressive girl, she's got to go. You have to have calm people in there, because when you are aggressive towards somebody, when it's a situation like this and they're already an aggressive person to begin with, it's not going to go over very well. I don't know if you don't know this, but two aggressive people in the same fucking room, the energy gets a little high. We don't want energy to be high in this situation, because the higher your energy is, the more guarded you are. That's how psychology works for a lot of people. The more high energy things are, especially when it's negative or just in general, you are significantly more guarded. It should have been with people who talked a lot more calm, no more than 2 or 3 people. And Matt should not have been in this conversation at all. And what I mean by that is he physically should not have been in the VC at all, because now you're being vulnerable in front of the person that you're being talked about. And you say, yeah, she fucking hates you, and she's standing right next to you. Your brain's gonna fucking go beep, and you're not gonna know how to fucking react. That was very stupid. He should not have been in there to begin with. Okay? Third point. Like I said before, talk to her very fucking calmly. Don't come out with shit. He doesn't like you. No, you should not be raising your voice at all in this conversation. You should be doing a lot of, look, we just kind of wanted to talk to you about something. You see how I'm saying this? Letting this person know, giving them time, and giving them an opportunity to brace themselves mentally for something bad, because that's an appropriate thing to do when you're telling somebody who has emotional problems. Which I don't know if Lumi does or not, but the way that she acts, she right now in her state in her life, she's not really emotionally the best state. That's the best way to start a very sensitive subject with somebody. The next thing to expect from this is them to give you a lot of pushback, being like, no, but this, but no, but that, but see, this is how it is, but this and that, and this and that. It's a stage of grief and acceptance. There is going to be a lot of debating with them, being like, well, maybe I can just do this, well, maybe I can just do that. It's part of the process. You have to accept that, and you have to realistically be like, don't be a cunt.
To this and go like with the petty comments. I saw he messaged you that he doesn't want to be friends with you anymore because, oh, it's heartbreaking for him, basically, to be friends with you and develop feelings again. That's what he said. And you're just crying your ass off saying he cheated on you and everything, and he called another girl cute.
You cheated
That
on
doesn't
him.
work
There's
like
proof
that.
For that. Like, you can't use it against him because he did the same thing.
I legit had to be on call with him when he's having a panic attack because of you.
He called me like,
Realistically be like, no. But maybe he still loves me though. No, he doesn't. I'm sorry, he doesn't. Say stuff like that. Don't be rude. Don't be like, he doesn't like you. You know, that doesn't do anything. I know for some people it's like, well, like, it wakes them up to reality. No, it doesn't. It just fucking makes them burrow further into their own viewpoints, and then any viewpoint that you have is automatically falling on deaf ears. So don't take that approach.
I'm not gonna dox anyone else. You can't do that. Stop sending that image! I'm gonna kill you!
I'm not sending that gift.
He's so cute. I'm sorry.
Stop! Stop it!
Anyways,
I think we've done here.
Editing me here. Something else that I kind of wanted to add as I was scrubbing through this again. Another point that I would like to add to this, and why I feel like this whole entire call of them wanting to quote unquote help Lumistar in this whole entire debacle. Yeah, if you want to fucking help her, stop getting off topic. I'm not kidding. There's like 10 minutes here where they're actually talking about the legitimate issue, and it's spread throughout an entire fucking hour of nothing. An hour of just basic miscellaneous subjects and things that aren't even close to being related to the whole entire subject. So next time when you're trying to confront an issue, have it isolated. Don't spread it out between an entire hour of a video. Everything was so ADD in this goddamn fucking call. Oh my god, editing this was an actual fucking like eyesore. I hated it.
It's because you're going fucking downhill. Everyone's watching videos about you.
okay,
nonstop.
I fucking get it.
Damn, bitch.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I'm not gonna shut up. You can't tell us what to do.
You're not my mom.
We've been trying to help, and you just want us to.
Yeah, and then you just scream at
Yeah, because you
people.
keep hating on me.
No one's hating on you. We're here because we're trying to fix your actions, fix the shit that you fucked up.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up with that. I'm so sick of this. I know that this specific person probably doesn't mean it in that way, but to be completely fucking honest, stop saying shit like, we just want to fucking help you. Nobody's hating on you. That's bullshit. Oh, are you fucking joking? Have you not been in the oh god, the 56 minutes of this fucking video that I had to fucking trudge my stupid ass through, where it's just blatantly people jumping on her and cornering her and manipulating her and gaslighting her. This whole thing is fucking bullshit. Don't do that. You know what? It's whatever. If you want to bitch, if you want to call the bitch out, call the bitch out. But don't call the bitch out and then sit there and be like, we're just trying to help you, nobody's trying to hate you. When it's very fucking clearly the whole conversation is coming off extremely aggressive. Don't spin that bullshit. I'm not buying it.
Fuck.
We all said the last words, yes? Everyone?
I just think
Yes.
you should leave me the fuck alone. That's all I'm gonna
Matt,
say.
did you say
And
your
I
last
won't.
words?
Once again, Matt should not be in this call at all. I know it's in a group and that's why they're on the call. That's why this should have been separately done somewhere else where he cannot enter the call and he cannot be in the call. So he's not even part of the conversation. They should have no contact because it's obvious that Lumi's having a difficult time with this. And being around him is just going to further the attention that she is very addicted to and she wants from him. And that's very toxic. He should not be in this call at fucking all.
Enough is enough.
Alone. Stop.
What a dumb
Fucking
bitch.
bitch.
Fucking whore. Sorry.
What a
Oh,
slut.
Matt, you can get the fuck out now.
Can I stop recording?
No, I'd rather
Yeah, you
stay
can.
for a bit, you know?
What a slut.
Oh, yikes. That's gonna be a little video.
Are you kidding? Don't. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so fucking stupid. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm done. I'm fucking done. Okay, we're gonna get into the final thoughts and then I'm ending the video. The first person up to the plate, the sweaty person. Now, I kind of popped off a little too much about this person's personality type. It's just because I know people like this growing up, and currently I distance myself from them and I fucking hate them. Okay? My honest advice to you, that tone down the popping off queen attitude, because nobody likes that. It's very toxic and it can bring a very toxic mindset out of a lot of people. It's not okay. It's not a good behavior. You're not calling anybody out. You're just a bitch. I'm sorry. I'm being blunt and being frank, and I'm being a little mean, and I apologize for that. But it's true. This kind of behavior is not okay. Lumi's behavior is not okay, and your behavior is not okay in this call. I don't know how you are 90% of the time because I'm not around you, so I can't talk about that stuff. But if you are anything like you are in this call in real life, that behavior is not okay. It's not. Next, up to the chopping block is Matt. Matt, stop talking about Lumi. Do not talk about Lumi publicly, privately. Do not talk to Lumi, period. I don't care what it's about. I don't care what you have to get off your chest. It doesn't matter. I do not care. The situation is extremely toxic for both of you. It's toxic to her. You're not allowing her to move on. She wants to talk to you. Okay, I get it. It does bother you and you want to like pop off or whatever. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You cannot talk to her, period. Cut all ties with her. Cold turkey, nothing. No last words, no nothing if that has not already been done. Because any kind of communication that you have with her is just going to further her obsessing over you and not allowing her and giving her a chance to detach from you. And same for you. It's not healthy for you to continue conversation or communication with somebody who obviously is toxic for you as well. And to be completely honest, in your relationship, I really do feel like both of you could have been equally toxic to each other because all the evidence in pursuit right now, it's too much he said, she said shit. And I mean, screenshots, I can't really take too much into consideration with my opinion because we don't know the context. I think we all learned from this Lazo situation. There's a lot of context that can be had in DMs when you crop shit. So I'm just going to believe that you both were not really good for each other, or maybe it was just the end where it wasn't good. But either way, I think you two really just need to move on. And the best way to do that is to completely cut communication with each other and just don't talk about each other privately or publicly. Also, I know you're young and you probably don't know this or understand this, but going forward, just make sure that you keep in mind that a private relationship, a private romantic relationship, when amongst two people, it needs to be talked with between those two people and those two people only. When you need to break up with somebody or get distance from them, do not go in there with a group or a posse. That never goes over well. It does not work. It is very ineffective in every fucking way in sense of the word. And it's also extremely immature and irresponsible. Do not come in there with a giant group to back you up. That is very cowardice, and that is not fair to the other person that has no team there for them as well. In the future, when you're having an issue like this, you need to talk it out with that person privately. It is a private situation between you two. It is your relationship. It is your responsibility. Next person, Castiel. I know that you wanted to help, and I could tell from the Discord calls that you did sound genuine, like you wanted to help and you weren't trying to be malicious, and I understand that. But when you're talking to people when they're in sensitive situations, raising your voice and using the kind of word choice that you did, it's not the best route to go. But like I said before, I do know that you were just trying to help, and I understand that. But next time, try to just use different word choice and don't raise your voice. But to be completely honest, in this situation, I don't really blame you too much because this was just a fucking dumpster fire. This should have never happened in this big of a Discord call with a sensitive subject like that. It should have been dealt with separately and not amongst an entire call. So just next time, just keep that in mind, that raising your voice isn't always the best when you're dealing with sensitive subjects. And then also just make sure and be careful with your word choice, okay? Last up to the plate is Lumi. I'm not going to give any criticisms because everybody else has already done it, and I feel like I have nothing else to add to it. I agree with all the criticisms that have been given out to her, so she's already heard all of them. She doesn't need to hear a vomiting record player say them all again. But I want to give out some advice because through this whole situation, a lot of this honestly reminded me of myself when I was her age. I have borderline personality disorder, and when I was a teenager, boy, did it fucked me good. And I struggled. I was so fucking toxic, bro. I fucking self-harmed. I did an accumulative amount of shit to get attention from people, and I was so fucking toxic when I was very young. And honestly, the first step is finding out what you have. If you do have anything, this only advice applies to you if you do go to therapy, and if you do find out if you do have a personality disorder. or whatever, because that's the only thing I can speak for. But if you end up having BPD for some reason, because that's the only thing I can speak for, because it's what I have, and it's the only thing I've experienced in this specific situation, as well as being on the spectrum, and then also having ADD. Yeah, that's fun. All that can be, oh god, all three of those together just fucked me good. God damn it. Why did I have to have the low end of the gene pool? This is bullshit. Why can't I be in Beautiful Minds, huh? Why can't I be that kind of fucking fucked up person? This is not fair. Anyways, I'm just kidding. But my biggest advice to you, non-generic bullshit advice, my legitimate actual advice to you, Lumi, is friends. Some of them you gotta cut out. It takes a long time to realize and understand what kind of people set you off. There's that dark part of you, of your personality, of your disorder and whatever. And especially when you have BPD, certain people bring out a very toxic person in you. It doesn't matter if that person's toxic or not. It's the fact that it takes going through certain friend groups to start to realize, understand, and recognize when somebody's extended presence with you is bringing out a bad part of you. And it's not their fault. And it's not, I mean, it's your fault, but it's not also your fault. It's just something that's happening. It's a cause and effect. This happens and then this happens. And you have to understand that if you cannot control holding back that toxic person inside of you when you're around this person, you need to cut ties with them, because it's not going to get better. And you're going to end up right back to where you are right now again. You need to be careful with who you're friends with, because they can bring out a very toxic part of you. And when I say that I want you to get better, I obviously mean it for everyone else around you. But I also want you to get better because, like I said before, I know how it feels to be feeling like you're being controlled by this dark part of your personality and you just have no control over it. And I know how that feels. Especially at that age, it's not a fun feeling. Especially when you have no tools to cope. It's a lot easier for me because I've learned a lot of tools over my life that I've applied to myself and I've worked on and I've struggled with and I've built upon. I'm still working on them, but after all those years of working on it, it's so much easier now. You know what I mean? But when you're just starting out, fuck man, is it hard. It's so hard and you're so confused and everything is everywhere. And I know how that feels, and I don't want someone to feel like that. You know? I don't like the mindset of, well, I felt like that, so I want you to feel like that too. Why? That's so fucked up. I don't want you to feel like this. I know how it feels. I don't want you to feel like this. I want you to get help. I want you to learn from the things that you've done and to understand why it was not okay. I want you to understand why it was not okay. And I want you to get better because not only for the people around you, because I don't want you to struggle. I don't want you to feel like you're struggling to catch your breath. I don't want you to feel like you're constantly trying to claw your way up out of a deep, dark pit all the time. I don't want you to feel like you're constantly attached to this merry-go-round, this roller coaster, constantly going over and over and over again, and it seems like you can never get out of it. I don't want you to feel like that. I don't want anyone to feel like that. It's a horrible feeling. Anybody out there who has bipolar or BPD, this is a constant thing that we all felt when we were teenagers, and it's not fun. It's very dark. It's very scary. And I don't want anybody to be in it. Louie, you already know what you've done. You already know why it's bad. You've been told why it's bad. And now I'm here telling you that I want you to get better. That's it. Until next time, bye.